guardian angel. To my wife, who I get to watch be a guardian angel to our children. To my sister, who was sometimes a mom in spaces where my mom couldn't mom. To my mother-in-law, who's on a cruise in Alaska and therefore in the doghouse. Thank you for making it so natural and easy to call someone else mom. To all the moms who are here in space and in spirit, have an amazingly happy Mother's Day. You deserve it. Let me tell you why. I was 25. I was just broken up with a girlfriend, and I was heading to a wedding with some friends. So I did what any rational, well-adjusted, forward-thinking, career-minded 25-year-old boy would do when trying to prove to the world that he had been impacted and changed for the better. I dyed my hair cherry bomb red. That was the color I chose. Not red. Not even bright red. Cherry bomb red. And for some reason, I'm not sure why, after the wedding, I decided to stop by and visit my family. I came from a relatively conservative immigrant household, an Indian family. Indians turn social conservatism up to an 11 out of 10. Bollywood just said it was okay for people to kiss on screen like a few years ago. We also came up with the Kama Sutra, different story, different day. But what I can say is I'm certain that when my parents came to this country for hope, for opportunity, for new experiences, to change the trajectory of their lives and their families' lives. Their 25-year-old son coming home with cherry bomb red hair was not what they imagined. And I know that because I walked in the front door of the house I grew up in, and I heard the DJ record scratch. Everything went quiet, everything went still, like the worst parts of a Saved by the Bell episode. My dad took one look at me and his head dropped. Have you ever seen a grown man break in real time? No. That's what happened. And he walked right past me and right up the stairs, huffing and puffing the whole time. Dads can do that. Dads can walk away. Dads can express themselves and walk away and get away. Moms can't do that. Moms can walk away, but a mom can never really be away. Don't believe me? Quick experiment. How many of y'all are raising kids as a couple? Raise your hands. When those kids cry at night, yeah, I don't even need to finish this. When those kids cry at night, who moves? I'm a pretty good dad, but it's no contest. When my kids stir or cry, the sound has to leave their bed, travel down the hall, knock on my door, open it, go into my ear, go through my body a few times before it lands somewhere that tells me I need to dab. Not for my wife. For my wife, it's from the source to her heart instantly. And she's activated before I even know what's happening. I experience my kids like I experience life, from the outside in. Not my wife. She hears my kids, feels my kids, gets my kids from the inside out. And there's no space for her. Not at 8 a.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m., not at 4 a.m. Important, I can neither confirm nor deny the 4 a.m. experience because I'm usually sleeping. But I believe it's a thing. So there I was in the kitchen I grew up in, cherry bomb redhead and all, totally confused and just not knowing what to do. Why was I there? Why did I even dye my hair red? The only person who didn't miss a beat was my mom. She let my dad process and progress up those stairs and take his energy with him. And then she gave me a hug and she dropped that mom advice. It doesn't matter what I think of your hair. If you walk into a house, an office, any place, but walk in with confidence and with your positivity, the color of your hair will never matter. Just be your best self. Ooh. There's a difference, right? How we give, receive, process, feedback. My dad's reaction made me want to dye my whole body cherry bomb red in protest. My mom's reaction made me want to dye my hair whatever color she wanted. She hated the hair. She loved me.
Yeah.
I'll take a lot more of that in the world we live in right now. A lot more of, I don't like your decision, I don't like your choices, but I love you. What I looked like didn't matter in the moment, because my mom saw me from the inside out. So whatever I was wearing, whatever I was doing, however I was acting, for better or for worse, she knew it was going to pass. Because moms know. And moms know because moms are known. Think about it. Your mom is the only person in the world you'll never need an introduction to. Everyone else gets a label, a title, meet your brother, meet your sister, meet your dad. Your mom just is, you just know, and nothing else matters. While the rest of the world meets you and gets to know you from the outside in, moms start by getting to know you from the inside out. And this inside out frames everything, right? Like, wife, close your ears. When I would bring girlfriends home, my mom was always the toughest. And she was always the toughest because while everyone else was looking at how we held hands, my mom was looking at how we held each other's hearts. The world worries about how we're going to turn out, who we're going to turn into. There's so much about the future. Moms worry about who we are now, how we are now, what we're up to now and today, and then they worry about literally everything else. But they started there. When I was a kid, and we couldn't get me into a Cub Scout group in my town, we weren't the most diverse place. People thought diversity in my town was having multiple families that spelled the name Smith differently. My mom became a dead mother.
Oh.
The best way to find space for a child is to tell that child's mother, there's no space for that child. They'll create space from the inside out. My mom brought this inside out superpower to religion. Hinduism carried my mom across continents, across oceans, across generations, across decades. It gave her the power to be the primary caregiver to her mother-in-law, my grandmother, who was bedridden, living with us for 17 years. And so obviously, when I met, proposed to, and married a woman who honors a different religion, my mom said she's no longer a Hindu. She's spiritual. My mom started seeing God and religion from the inside out.
Oh.
That's it, right? Shifting from how things are manifested and how they show up, cherry bomb bread, God, to their essence. That's motherhood. It's life from the inside out. Seeing everything from the inside out. Like the time my mom lost sleep for giving a homeless guy leftover pizza because cholesterol. That's right. This dude was invisible to 99.99% of passersby. My mom saw him and his arteries. I'm here tonight because sometimes we need to tell stories about the people we love and the people who love us to remember the person we are. I teach a class at Rutgers titled Find and Evolve Your Purpose. Thank you, Hazel Ann Johnson Marcus and Ryan Greenbaum, for believing enough in the idea to give it space. And thank you, Ryan, for the shoes. After thousands of hours across hundreds of people across all ages, I find that people, when they self-reflect, they get stuck on the same thing. Doesn't matter. Everybody gets stuck. Complimenting themselves, being kind to themselves, being proud of themselves. Somewhere along the way, we forgot to teach people how to feel good and proud about themselves. Not prideful, but proud of. And when folks get stuck on that step, I give them one piece of guidance. See yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you. Look, when people in the world are criticizing you without knowing you or knowing why, when you're getting questions laced with judgment and not curiosity, when you're struggling to see yourself for who you are and not for the twisted mirror someone's holding up in front of you, when you find yourself showing up with cherry pie red hair, give yourself space and grace. You are not the words of your worst critic, and the world is better when seen from the inside out. Remember to see yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you. See yourself through the eyes of your mother. You deserve it.
Yeah.